Herb, they're gonna walk you too good. Oh! Herbie! Wow! One missing for the world.
For nothing. Janesville Craig leading Beloit Memorial here in the top of the first. Lock fires outside.
And if you can't hear how windy it is in the microphones, then turn up the volume.
A 2-0 count here on Hessling. Clock trying to work out of this top of the first, and there's a nicely delivered strike, waist high.
Yeah, it looked like a breaking ball that just kind of broke over the plate from inside to out.
2-1 count here on Hessling. Runner on first for the Cougars. Swinging strike there, and the runner will take off to second. The throw is a little bit low, gets past the glove of the second baseman, so the runner will be safe at second.
Excellent job by the center fielder and the shortstop, both backing up there, not allowing the runner at second to go to third.
2-2 count now on Hessling. Runner on second for the Cougars. They have one out here in the top of the first. Pitch swung on, sliced over to first. The first baseman gobbles it up, steps on the bag, and there's out two. They needed that one.
They did indeed.
So ground out over to Shaq Roman.
Sort of a cue ball, if you will.
It was. Hit right over to Roman.
Yes.
Two outs here in the top of the first. New batter is Gavin Keelan, the third baseman. Lefty batter here for the Cougars. Runner on third. Block fires. Ball in the dirt. Bounced to the catcher, Dixon. Did a nice job playing it.
He did indeed. That ball gets by. I mean, there's plenty of space behind home plate here going to the backstop.
There really is.
That ball gets by. He is scoring easy from third.
1-0 count. Clock fires. Ball hit on the ground. Over to second. Second baseman scoops it up. Fires over to first. And there is the third out of the inning. Not before. The Janesville Craig Cougars put 4 up on the board here in the top of the first inning. We'll head to the bottom of the first to see what the Purple Knights have at the plate. You're listening to the high school baseball game of the week. First batter up for the Purple Knights here in the bottom of the first is Corbin Ovis, like we mentioned, the shortstop. And on the mound for the Cougars, Mitchell Wolfel. As Coach Herbst talked about in the pregame with Matt, two-time returning all-conference pitcher. Mentioned a fastball, a plus slider,
yep.
a changeup.
Yep.
This should be fun to watch.
Should indeed.
Wind up, fires in, and right away Ovis is going to go opposite field with it, and a diving catch is made. I think they called it made. That was incredible.
They did.
What an out and right by Mr. Tegan Christensen for the Cougars.
And they always say that the ball hit right at you is always the hardest one to do, especially when you're diving forward, because catching the depth and the height and all that stuff is difficult. So excellent play right off the bat, first pitch swinging.
Yeah, Ovis was not going to wait around to see what Wolfel had, and neither is Jake Reisbeck. He's going to get right on it. Swinging strike one. They're going to try to get to Wolfel right away.
Well, when you have a pitcher that has that many pitches, you don't want to get him 2 strikes quick, because he's just going to hit you with his breaking stuff.
There's a fastball and a 0-2 count. Now from Wolfel on Reisbeck, the second baseman, his first plate appearance of the afternoon. Kick, throw, popped straight up. Catcher, pitcher, giving chase. It'll be the catcher who drops it out of his glove, so they're going to call foul ball.
They're going to call a foul ball, but he's lucky because if that ball hits his glove in fair territory and then goes foul, it's a hit.
Right.
Or an error. But you know what I mean.
Right.
He's safe at first regardless.
He is safe at
well,
first.
He's not, though, but that's because it's a foul ball.
Excuse me, he's not safe at first. Bryce Beck.
I'm going to confuse Anthony all day, everybody, so just be prepared for that.
Thank you.
And we thank you for it.
Pitch on the way, and it's low, again, on what looked like the fastball.
And folks, listen, I know what you're thinking, a pop-up, how could he miss it, that sort of stuff. The wind is whipping out here right now. That ball moved a good 20 feet in the air.
It'd be hard to track, and there's a swinging strike three. It's in the dirt, so catcher will come up throwing, and he does get the second out of the inning.
And what you like there is he got the ball, he jumped into the field of play, so he's not trying to throw over the runner down the first baseline. He got in so he could throw to the side of him. Excellent play by the catcher there. Good block first, excellent positioning on the throw, great play all around.
Clark Schmaling, the catcher for the Cougars, with the nice play, like Matt mentioned. New batter here on the first pitch way up high is Jaden Dixon, watching ball one.
That's trying to get a couple miles per hour extra on the old fastball there.
The very high cheese.
And we're in Wisconsin, so
1-0 count. Big swing there from Dixon.
I got to be honest, I like the approach by the Purple Knights here. You come out, you have a pitcher that has a good slider, good change. If you see first pitch fastball, you got to swing.
Pitch on the way, ball in the dirt, 1-2 count. Dixon will get another chance at it, the catcher.
Because that first pitch fastball strike that he throws might be the best pitch you get in the whole at bat.
Exactly. So far, what we've seen from Wolfel has been plus pitches, and this ball hit right back up the middle over to the shortstop. He comes up firing and in time for out number 3. A quick bottom of the first. Janesville Craig leading Beloit Memorials. We head to the top of the second, 4-0 here on your high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. Well, that catch out and right in the bottom half of the first inning by Tegan Christensen was pretty amazing.
Yes,
for
great
Janesville
catch.
Craig. First batter here is Tegan Christensen, who watches the first pitch bounce into the dirt for ball one. 1-0 count on Christensen. The righty batter, righty-righty matchup. Lock fires. Try to catch the inside part of the plate, and he does. That was not inside.
That was also a little bit of a lady by the ump there, the home plate ump. He was thinking about that one.
This pitch bounces to catcher Jaden Dixon. So a 2-1 count on Christensen. Lock from the windup. And that's going to hit Christensen, so he will take his bag at first.
At least he gave the token, I'm going to try and move, but not really move, as opposed to last week where the young man just sort of stood there.
Stood there like a wall.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there was a little flinch on the part of
He made the concerted effort that the ump wants to see. That's all. That's all you got to do, folks. That's all you got to do.
Back to the top of the lineup with Eric Hughes for the Janesville Craig Cougars. He doubled in his first plate appearance and was responsible as run number 1 of this game. And the first pitch to him in the dirt for ball 1. Block now having to worry about a runner on first. After Christensen was awarded the easy base on the hit by pitch, and he's going to take off. This ball is going to get way in the dirt, and Christensen makes it easy to second. Now kind of caught in between second and third. Out there in the outfield, but they got it caught down now.
They got it.
Yeah.
That was, listen, that's one of those, 58-footers, hit that just bounced off the plate. The catcher did as good a job as he could to try and block it, just went over his head. His getting the ball allowed the runner to stay at second as opposed to go to third, so good play by the catcher.
2-0 count on Hughes. There's swinging strike 1. Lock fooled them on an off-speed pitch.
That was a nice diving break.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Lock looks back. Ball hit over to third, and the third baseman comes up and makes it in time to first base on the throw. Nicely done by Liam Flanagan over third.
Also looking the runner back to second before he throws. You know, again, listen, I know fundamentals, that's the whole thing. But again, we're talking early in the year. These are things, you know, you can try and take an extra base there if you're feeling a little daring.
Clark Schmaling, he doubled, RBI double in his first plate appearance. First pitch from Locke is a strike. About letter high. 0-1 count, one out here in the top of the second. Craig with a runner on second. Janesville Craig with the runner on second. And there's another strike on Schmaling. Locke looks on. Back to second. Ball swung on and hit right off of Locke's hand. He is going to recover and toss in time to get the out at first. And that ball came right back at Locke's bat. That was a very hot shot off the end of the bat.
Is he out at first? I think he called him out.
They called him out, yeah.
They did, okay.
A good job, a good recovery by Matthew Locke to, even after getting hit right back on the comebacker from the swing, able to keep with it and make the scoop over in time.
The good thing is, I think, and not the good thing. The good thing for him is that it hit off the glove hand and not the pitching hand.
Good point.
Which is not good, but it's better than what could have happened. It goes off the pitching hand. Especially in this cold weather, you get a hit on that hand, it's not. You're not going to be able to hold the ball for a couple minutes.
No way.
It's going to be tough.
So runner on third now for Janesville Craig. There are two outs here in the top of the second. Locke for the Purple Knights, trying to work out of this inning unscathed. And the first pitch is inside, ball one. New batter here, Dan Blomgren. Blomgren, RBI double in his first plate appearance, was responsible as run number 3 for the Cougars. Ball hit high into center field. Center fielder eases underneath it, but wasn't that easy of a play, as he kind of had to track that one over to his right. He makes the grab. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Janesville Craig leads Beloit Memorial 4-0. You're listening to your high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. And welcome back to your high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. Anthony Wilder, Matt Stevens here at the Youth Sports Complex in Beloit for this rivalry matchup between the Janesville Craig, the visiting Janesville Craig Cougars, and the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights. Janesville Craig leading at 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning, and another chance for the Purple Knights to close their way in on this game here, down 4-0.
Excellent bounce back inning for the Purple Knights pitcher. Excellent job holding the no runs in that inning after that tough first inning. It almost felt like he got used to the elements of pitching with getting a more tack and grip on the ball. Better pitches, just a better all-around inning for him.
Brett Kiger is the first batter due up here for the Purple Knights as he takes a big hack and fouls it back into the backstop for strike one.
And these Purple Knights, they got off the bus swinging today, didn't they?
They're ready.
I love it.
I like the aggressive attack that Coach Gamble and company are using.
Indeed.
That pitch by Wolfel in the dirt, 1-1 count. Wolfel shakes off a sign. He's ready. Wind up. Fires in. Fastball. Yes, that's a strike. 1-2 count. And now Kiger will need to be on the defensive.
1-2
count. Wolfel fires. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. 2-2 count.
That is a good 1-2 pitch right there. You see if you can get him chase. Not necessarily a waste pitch because it didn't miss by so much, but just an excellent pitch on a 1-2 count right there.
2-2 count. Wolfel firing in that plus fastball right past the bat of Kiger for the swinging strikeout, and the first strikeout of the game for Mitchell Wolfel of the Janesville Craig Cougars. New batter here, Kobe Hollenbeck, the DH. Hollenbeck, the righty batter. First pitch, swung on, fouled back into the backstop. 0-1 count. Again, we've seen more swinging first pitches in this game than we did all of last game. And we're only in the top of the second inning, or bottom of the second, excuse me.
And that is a clear strategy. That is something that's been up and down the lineup. It's not been one or two people. It's been every single hitter almost swinging at the first pitch.
Pitch in the dirt, 1-1 count.
Assuming it's close.
Right.
Assuming it's, where it's something that they think they can hit. But they are coming off the bench swinging, folks.
A 1-1 count. Wolfel fires and kind of just flailing away at that one is Hollenbeck to try to put it in play. It does go out foul, so 1-2 count. Hollenbeck will also be on the defensive. Mitchell Wolfel firing and a off-speed pitch fools Hollenbeck there on the swinging strike 3, second straight strikeout. Say that 3 times fast for Mitchell Wolfel.
That wasn't right.
Oh, no, that was
not. I mean, that was nasty. That thing just dropped off the table.
Very nice-looking pitches coming from Wolfel, the new batter here, and a quick swinging foul ball from Liam Flanagan.
Be careful on the other field.
Yeah.
That ball made it over to the JV field.
Liam Flanagan, his first plate appearance of the afternoon.
A little spring cleaning by the home plate ump here. Make sure he and the pitcher and the batter and the catcher and everybody can see the plate for us.
He made quick work of that, didn't he?
Oh, he's a pro.
0-1 count on Flanagan. Pitch on the way, cued off, is going to go over to the second baseman who comes up throwing to first in time for another quick 1-2-3 on Beloit Memorial. We'll head to the top of the third. Janesville Crank looking to add more runs as they lead it 4-0 over Beloit Memorial on your high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. And out on the mound still for Beloit Memorial, Matthew Locke, even after taking that comebacker on the hand last inning. So that's good to see.
Oh, yeah. The hockey mentality, as it
He's
were.
tough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to do a ball off the hand. Come on, get out of here.
Like you said, that sting in the cold weather, though. I'm sure that didn't
brutal.
feel good. The first batter here due up for Janesville Crank is Micah Overly. He RBI doubled back in the first, was responsible as run number 4 for the Cougars back in inning 1. We're in the top of the third. Locke fires in. And that pitch too low. Overly, the lefty batter. Locke from the windup. That pitch again low.
I'm seeing a lot of open stances from the lefty batters here in the games that we've done so far. A lot of open stances, close the foot on the swing.
Locke outside, ball 3.
That's ball 4.
Oh, excuse me, ball 4. I missed a ball in between there. So a walk there issued by Matthew Locke will send Overly to first. First walk we've seen in this game.
We'll just throw that in the Matt distracted Anthony file for later.
You are really distracted.
I am indeed. It's a curse.
Could you go stand over there?
I would love to, but where it's less windy.
Tresson Kusmal, the left fielder, now due up for the Cougars. Watches this pitch in the strike zone. Low for strike 1. 0-1 count. Runner on first for the Cougars. Kusmal had the RBI ground out in his plate appearance. And this ball swung on, lifted, left center field, keeps going over the head of the center fielder. Runner's going to come around third. He's got a full head of steam. Is he going to make it home? Yes, he will. RBI double, nicely done by Tresson Kusmal.
And that ball was crushed, folks. That ball was maybe a couple feet from being over the fence. And also, when you're up 4 runs and you're in the top of the third inning, you send that runner from first on that play. I like the aggressiveness set by the third base coach. Excellent job all around base running. And the young man at second not trying to take third and get thrown out there.
Right.
Because he would have been out.
RBI double from Tresson Kusmal is the first pitch. A ball to Ryan Herbst, the new batter up. Janesville Craig, runner on second, 5-0. Cougars leading the Purple Knights.
Is that the 6th double of the game? 5th, 6th double?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
Yep.
All right.
It's a lot of doubles.
Yes, that is indeed a lot of doubles for the third inning.
Looking back to second, Locke fires in. This ball cued over the second baseman's head into right center. Guess what? More runs coming for the Cougars. As he rounds third and making it easily home is Tresson Kusmal. And what do you know? Another RBI double.
And listen, we're back to our first inning here, the way the balls are coming off the bats here. They're squaring these up. That ball was shot the opposite way in the right center field gap again. Again, a frozen rope right over the second baseman's head.
Great looking hit there by Ryan Herbst. Now 2 for 2 in this game. And Jacob Hessling, the second baseman, now up. Runner over on second for Janesville Craig. They have yet to record an out here in the top of the third. Locke firing in and too low. Locke looking back at second. From the stretch, fires in, and there's a strike. About knee high. I believe a 2-1 count. Wind whipping here at the Youth Sports Complex. Ball on the dirt. And a 3-1 count on Hessling.
The catcher's getting quite a workout today.
Yes, oh yes he is. Yeah, Mr. Dixon.
Yes, indeed.
At behind the plate for the Purple Knights. This ball is high, and I thought that was ball 4, but that's only ball 3.
There you go.
I apologize.
To be fair, and I will say this so he doesn't have to say it, we can't really see the scoreboard.
No,
where
my
we
eyesight's
are right
terrible. There is ball 4, so Mr. Hessling will take his base on the walk. So now 2 walks in this inning coming from Matthew Locke of the Purple Knights. And
two walks wrapped around 2 doubles.
Right. And that's hard to work against if you're the Purple Knights.
Indeed.
Down 6-0 here in the top of the third. Going to try pickoff back at second. A little too late as Locke fired behind him. Over to second. Brian Herbst at second for the Cougars on base, and Hessling, Jacob Hessling, over at first. Showing bunt and missing for the strike there is Gavin Keelan. The lefty batter with 2 runners on, trying to add to the Cougar lead. And if you're Coach Victor Herbst, you gotta love what you're seeing so far from your team.
Now the merry-go-round has been active for 2 innings now, so you definitely gotta love that.
Double central here at the Youth Sports Complex. Big swing there, and missing is Keelan.
I guess he took off the bunt.
Yes. The bunt is
He definitely
no-go.
took off the bunt on that one. Or somebody missed a sign big time.
0-2 count on Keelan. Going to try back at second. No, he's not. I thought Mr. Locke
He tried.
Go back
I don't think the shortstop, got there in time, and he held the ball because he didn't want to whip it into center field, which was a smart move.
Very wise on the part of Matthew Locke, the starter in this one for the Purple Knights. Looks back at second, fires in. That ball just misses off the plate. Trying to ring him up for strike 3. Locke working in a jam. 2 runners on. Ball hit sharply on the ground and past the first baseman. That's fair. Here comes another run around third for the Cougars. He'll make it safe. And the runner at third will stay put.
And that's what we call fielding and pitching into bad luck, because that ball cued down the first baseline. The first baseman dove, and it hit off the bag and ricocheted into foul territory. But when the ball hits the bag, it's fair ball. And there you go. You have runners on second and third with no outs?
No outs.
No outs.
Nope. 7-0. Janesville Craig leading Beloit Memorial as Coach Gamble of the Purple Knights will come out for a second to get an explanation from home plate umpire to see if this was truly a fair ball, which it appeared so.
It did, but again, if the ball hits on the foul side of the bag, on the foul side, it's a foul ball, but I don't think it did. I think that's the problem. And listen, he had the home plate ump had the best view of it because he was standing right in the line. So we're going to go with his view. And again, we have 2 umpires here today, which I imagine is which is going to be pretty regular.
Yeah.
And it can't be easy because the other umpire is between short and second and third right now.
Showing bunt here, nearly getting hit by the pitch, is Tegan Christensen, who was hit by a pitch his last plate appearance.
He just almost got hit again. Whew.
As you can see, he kind of leans in towards the plate. A 1-0 count. That's a nice looking strike from Locke on the off speed, potentially a slider. 1-1 count. I'm not great at calling pitches, Matt, but I do know a difference between a fastball and everything else. And there, a nicely hit ball into center, right in front of the center fielder. Another run will come home for Janesville Craig. They now lead it 8-0.
And they're pouring it on. And listen, folks, this is, you can, these balls are just being hit very hard. The thing is that what's happening is if there's a mistake made by the Purple Knights pitcher, it's just being crushed.
Yep.
It's not being missed. It's not being, rolled over to the second baseman or shortstop. It's being hit on the nose every time. It's kind of impressive to see right now that every mistake has been hit hard. Even some of the outs have been hit hard.
Yeah.
There's been no cheapies, I'll put it that way.
No, there hasn't. The Cougars are swinging a mean bat out there, and they lead it 8-0 here in the top of the third. And Dixon, the catcher, popped up looking to fire to first. He does keep it and throws it back to Locke up on the mound.
And Beloit is looking for the double play here with runners on first and third. 1 out.
Locke ready for the pitch. Swung on and past the third baseman down the line. Another run coming home for Janesville Craig. And they'll keep it at that as Tegan Christensen holds up over at second. An RBI single for, I believe that was Eric Hughes. Yes, it was. Eric Hughes with his second hit of the game.
And the third baseman had no shot on that. By the time his glove hit the ground, the ball was past him. He reacted. It just didn't have enough time to react, so to speak.
And I think that may be all we're seeing of Matthew Locke in this game for the Beloit Purple Knights as Coach Gamble steps out onto the mound to have a conversation with him and his infield. And if you're Coach Gamble, of course, you're not happy with what you're seeing so far. But, this Janesville Craig team, like we've been told and like we're seeing, they're pretty formidable.
They are. And their lineup is relentless. Everybody is making good contact. Again, you're talking about a lot of players returning, a lot of seniors and whatnot on a team. It creates just, you just have more experience at this point. And again, look, Janesville's got a 3-year starter going today. He's pitched in the elements. He's done all that before. And I'm not saying the Beloit pitcher hasn't done that either, but he's a little bit younger. And folks, it is not nice out here right now. It's cold and dry. And listen, when you rely on soft stuff, if you have a good fastball, you can pitch in almost any weather.
Right.
But if you rely on soft stuff, if you're living on the inside, outside part of the plate, that sort of stuff, some days you're going to have it, and some days you're just not. And if you miss in that spot,
you're going to pay, most likely.
Especially against aluminum bats.
And how about Coach Gamble here? He just came out to have a conversation in terms of strategy because Matthew Locke's still out on the mound.
It could also been a technical thing. Maybe his release point was changing. Maybe he was not repeating his delivery properly, that sort of stuff, which was allowing those balls to leak back over the plate.
Clark Schmaling for the Cougars with runners on first and second. Ball in the dirt.
All right, JD.
3-0 count, yeah. 3-1, thank you. 3-1 count on Schmeling, who watches this pitch catch the corner inside part of the plate for now a full count. And Schmeling 1 for 2 so far in this game. This time a chance to do some damage with 2 runners on. This pitch it does hit on the inside part of the corner. That is strike 2. Now a full count. Block looking back at second. From the stretch, firing in. This ball taken for a ride. Foul. Left side out of play. We'll do the full count again. I like that pitch by Locke on the what looked like the slider on the inside part of the plate. He should try that again. I think that'll do the job. Here comes the pitch. Oh, and that's going to hit Clark Schmeling right in the shoulder blade.
He did take your advice.
Was it a slider?
It was the same pitch. It just went a little bit too far inside, so to speak.
And there's another hit batsman against Locke. That's his second today, and not intentionally trying to do it. The ball just kind of getting out of his hand, a little funny. Dan Blomgren, the shortstop for the Cougars, now at the plate, and the bases are loaded, full of Cougars. Locke firing. That pitch is low. 1-0 count. Digging in Blomgren, the righty batter. Swung on, ripped down the third base line. It was foul. And ripped.
Wow, I mean, let me put it this way. The third base coach would have gotten plunked if that ball had been at him because there was no time to move.
No.
None whatsoever.
Leave a 1-1 count on Blomgren. Again, bases loaded for Janesville Craig. This ball hit opposite field. It looks like the right fielder has a chance at it, and he does make a nice grab over his shoulder. 1 run will come home on the sac fly, and that will be it.
And good base running by the Janesville Craig Cougars. Your runner at first base went halfway, which is like what he's supposed to do. The runner at third tagged up and scored, and your runner at second tagged up and went to third. All around good base running right there.
So runners advancing for Janesville Craig and advancing their lead as well. It's now 10-0. Janesville Craig over Beloit Memorial here in the top of the third. And we have now batted, Janesville Craig, has now batted around the lineup this inning.
I will say this, that was an excellent catch by the right fielder.
Yes, it was.
Going back on the ball is whipping. He turned once or twice because the ball's moving in the air, and he made a great catch. Got the ball back in, only allowing 1 run to score, and the runner first not to tag.
Got to give, as this ball is in the dirt, and the runner will take off to second, and he makes it easy. Clark Schmeling in at second. We got to give some credit there to Brett Kiger on that last out over in right field for the Purple Knights. He made a very nice catch, especially with the sun out in his eyes.
And he's got the sun in his eyes as well, so that is not an easy play in any field, in any league.
Swung on, hit over the second baseman's head. More runs coming in for the Cougars, at least 1, and they'll hold it at that. And it looks like Overly is going to be caught in between first and second. Maybe not the brightest of moves there for Overly. Getting a little too aggressive on the out.
I bet, if I had to guess, I bet he thought the runner was going to try and score from third, and they were going to try and throw home. And he was going to try and draw the throw to second so the runner could score. And they went, and they were going to actually allow the run to score. And he ended up getting tagged out at second base, sacrificing himself to get the run in, but the runner from third didn't go.
First pitch here to Tresson Kusmal is outside.
But Beloit will take that out every day right now because they need them badly.
Yes, they do. As it's now 11-0, Janesville Craig leading over Beloit Memorial. 2 outs against the Cougars here in the top of the third. Matthew Locke trying to get out of this inning with no more damage done. Locke firing in. Good-looking pitch in the dirt. Swung on by Kusmal. Locke from the stretch. Eyes third. And that pitch low. I believe a 3-1 count. Runner over on third for the Cougars. Ball hit sharply on the ground over to short. It's going to eat this shortstop and bounce off his kind of like his chest and out into the outfield. And a rough go there for Corbin Ovist, the shortstop for Beloit Memorial.
That ball took a wicked bounce off the dirt. A wicked bounce off the dirt. It was right at him, and just before he's ready to field it, it must have hit a divot or something, and it just, boom, popped up at him right in the chest. A tough play.
Yes, it was. And runners on the corners, I believe, unless they brought that... They're going to have a meeting at the mound, and now I believe Mr. Locke will exit the game. Yes, he will. He does get a round of applause from the Purple Knight faithful over to our left. And Matthew Locke pitches 2 2/3 innings, and he will sit for the rest of today. 12-0, Janesville Craig leading. Beloit Memorial will take a timeout and come back with more, including the new pitcher in this one here on your high school baseball game of the week on. And welcome back to the high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. New pitcher on the mound for the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights, Bernard Klespis-Wick. After Matthew Locke exits the game after 2 2/3 innings pitched for the Purple Knights.
And that is a great name.
Yeah.
That is a great name.
Klespis-Wick looking back at first from the stretch, fires in, and there's a strike right down Main Street. Batter here for Janesville Craig is Ryan Herbst. Herbst, 2 for 2. And Klespis-Wick firing in. This ball hit high into left field. Still going back, and it's off the wall, so the runner from first will come home easy, and an RBI double for Ryan Herbst.
And let me say, that is a ball. I mean, that ball was crushed into the left center field gap, but that is a ball that is probably caught if the wind is not blowing so hard.
No, you're right.
I definitely think that was a little wind-aided, because you could see the outfielders sort of look like they had a beeline on it, and then all of a sudden it was just over their heads.
Changed their direction, right. Jacob Hessling now due up for the second time in the top of the third with a runner on second. 13-0. Janesville Craig leading Beloit Memorial. First pitch was low. Ball 1. Klespis-Wick firing in. Too high. And the batter, Hessling, had to duck a little bit to get out of the way of that one. A 2-0 count.
He did indeed.
Wind continues to whip out here at the Youth Sports Complex. At least we've got the sun out here, giving us some warmth.
And at least the wind's at our back.
Right. Klespis-Wick look back at second, takes his foot off the rubber. Now back on. Ready to face Jacob Hessling, the second baseman for the Cougars. Purple Knights need one more out to get out of this dreaded, so far, top of the third. And the runner that was at second off the catcher misplay is over at third now as he takes the bag at third.
And that's something that we've seen all game as well. If the ball gets even a foot away from the catcher, they are going to the next base. The Craig base runners are going to the next base. They're not even hesitating. As soon as the ball gets away from the catcher, they are off and running.
Then heads up base running from the Cougars. Some hot bats, backed by some, so far stellar pitching from Janesville Craig. Klespis-Wick fires in. Ball is just in the strike zone, just above the knees. We'll step back into the box, trying to get the runner Ryan Herbst home. And there is ball 4. So Hessling will take his base, and now runners on the corners, first and third for Janesville Craig. Kevin Keelan steps up to the plate. He's one of two in this game, had an RBI double in his earlier plate appearance in this top half of the third. Wick fires in, and there's a nice strike. Outer part of the plate. Waist high. 0-1 count. Keelan, the lefty batter, awaiting the pitch. Gillespie Wick firing in. Tried to go back to the same spot, and he nails it. 0-2 count. Good location.
It is indeed. That ball is just sort of bending on the outside corner of the plate there. Excellent pitch.
Beloit Memorial. Try to get out of this inning, and that swung on, fouled just barely. Out of play. 0-2 count. Coach Gamble coming out to help out with the foul ball there, tossing it back to the home plate umpire. Gillespie Wick. 0-2 count. Fires in, ball scorched down the first baseline, foul. We'll do the 0-2 count yet again. 13-0. Janesville Craig leading Beloit Memorial here in the top of the third. There's swinging strike three in the dirt. Dixon steps off the plate, throws to first in time, and Beloit Memorial gets out of that dreaded top of the third. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Janesville Craig leads 13-0 here on your high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. And welcome back to your high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. Anthony Wilder, Matt Stevens here in the bottom of the third inning at the Youth Sports Complex in Beloit as the Janesville Craig Cougars leading Beloit Memorial Purple Knights 13-0. And this gives us a chance to say thank you to one of our proud sponsors of high school baseball season long, Wausau Homes in Elkhorn. They're redefining the building experience by building your way with a firm price and on time.
Let's see if the strategy of swinging early and often continues for the Purple Knights here in the bottom of the third inning.
It's going to be Gillespie Wick filling in for Locke with batting duties as well. And he will be batting from the right side of the plate. So far, Mitchell Wolfel, the pitcher for Craig, is having a very good game. 2 quick innings of work so far for him. And Coach Gamble having a word with the umpire. I think a couple of possible defensive maybe a couple of possible defensive substitutions taking on for Janesville Craig here.
And when I talked to Coach Herbst yesterday, he was talking about his first 2 games they did win by over 10 runs, and it gives him an opportunity to get some kids that may not get an opportunity to play early in the year where the games might be a little closer. And
that's a big deal coming down, when you get into postseason time, when you may need that guy to step up.
Either injuries, pitch run, pitch hit, that sort of thing.
So always a good thing to get those young guys experience as Gillespie Wick hits this ball straight up in the air. Shortstop rallying underneath it for the out. Dan Blomgren out there for Janesville Craig on the pop fly, first out of the inning.
And that was a high pop.
Dylan Woodruff, the center fielder for the Purple Knights in his first plate appearance of the ball game. Watches the first pitch. Low, but in the strike zone on the fastball. 0-1 count. Wolfel. Man, that fastball comes at you quick.
You do get the feeling that if it's a little bit close, the home plate ump's going to put the old strike call up there.
Seeming like it, yes. 0-2 count on Woodruff. Trying to get some runs on the board for his Purple Knights. And there's strike 3, and Woodruff kind of gave a look back to the audience like, wow.
Yeah.
About in the same exact spot as the last pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 count. Throws the heater again outside. 1-2 count. Bottom of the 3rd. 2 outs here on the Purple Knights of Beloit Memorial. Trying to get a rally going. That pitch in the dirt. 2-2 count. Stretching out the arm. Mitchell Wolfel out there on the mound. He's throwing hard. Well, there's strike 3 looking for Ryan Mechanic, and with that, 1-2-3 yet again for Mitchell Wolfel and company for the Janesville Craig Cougars. They lead at 13-0. We'll head to the top of the 4th. You're listening to your high school baseball game of the week. And back to your high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. Anthony Wilder, Matt Stevens here in the top of the 4th inning as the Janesville Craig Cougars, the visiting Cougars, leading Beloit Memorial 13-0. And a chance to say thank you again to one of our proud sponsors all season long here on 104.5 WSLD.com. Real estate agent Linda Plattner. She's a 5% full-service listing agent that ensures you keep more money in your pocket for the house you're selling. Covering all of southern Wisconsin, give her a call, 262-215-7756.
And she's a lovely person, so
yes,
we can throw that into that as well.
Always a fun
good
time.
Real estate agent and a nice person.
To the top of the 4th we go, and the Cougars potentially looking to do more damage. They lead at 13-0. It'll be Tegan Christensen at the plate for Janesville Craig. And Klespaswick from the windup fires in and nearly hitting Christensen.
Which is now the 3rd time he's been hit once, nearly hit once, and nearly hit again.
He must just kind of be hanging over the plate, Matt. I don't know what else to say on that.
Oh, that left elbow is definitely in the strike zone.
1-0 count and a 2-0 count now on Christensen. Klespaswick. Old school looking wind up, and the strike.
That's a nice little breaking ball right over the middle there.
2-1 count. Yes, it was.
It looked like it started out on the hip and then just sort of broke in over the plate.
2-1 count. Ball scorched on the ground, foul down the third base line. 2-2 count. I just always wonder how big of a fool I'd look like if I tried to swing at any type of breaking pitch, even at the high school level. I just feel like I would probably hurt myself.
Well, we know about those hips.
Yep. They're about 90 years old apiece. Pitch on the way, ball hit on the ground, over to third, softly. Throw is in time. That was close, though. That was very close.
That kid can scoot down first base. He was going. Good throw by the third baseman. Very, very close at first. Ball not hit tremendously hard, more like a slow roller to the third baseman.
Was a slow roller, and Liam Flanagan, the third baseman over for the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights, doing a good job getting the runner just in time. And now we head to batter number 2, who watches the first pitch inside strike 1. This is Eric Hughes for Janesville Craig. 2 for 3 this game. Ball in the dirt. 1-1 count.
And a happy belated St. Patrick's Day to Liam Flanagan over there to, third base.
Pitch on the way, and again hit down the third baseline. Foul. I believe a 1-2 count is on Hughes.
Yes.
Gillespie-Swick going to try to fool him. And that ball hits straight up into the air, and the third baseman, Flanagan, oh, it's actually going to be the shortstop, Ovist, who comes over and takes that pop fly for out number 2.
Here we go, Clark!
And if you're Beloit Memorial, you're happy with the first 2 outs as they've come quickly, especially after the last inning.
Indeed.
Was a rough one.
A bat around plus.
Clark Schmaling getting another plate appearance, and that ball goes, I believe, behind the head.
Yes, you're not wrong there. It did indeed do that. Yes.
1-0 count. I don't know if my mind was playing tricks on me there.
No.
Gillespie-Swick firing, and a nice looking breaking pitch again, and he's hitting that inside part of the strike zone very well.
He is indeed, especially with his breaking pitch is starting out at the hip. It looks like it's going to be a ball and then breaks right over the inside part of the plate there.
This pitch high. 2-1 count. Clark Schmaling, the righty batter. Ready for the pitch. Swung on, scorched, foul down the third base line. 2-2 count on the way. Bernard Gillespie-Swick for the Purple Knights, trying to make it a quick inning. Pitch in the dirt. Full count. The wind, one continuous gust out here at the Youth Sports Complex.
That is the truth.
I feel like it has not stopped since we arrived. That pitch is outside and a walk issued by Gillespie-Swick. Good-looking hit there by Blomgren, bringing in the 14th run for Janesville Craig. Micah Overly, the new batter, this pitch outside. 1-0 count.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. Computers don't like the cold.
Ball hit high into the air into left center field, and nobody over there to make the play, so it will fall gingerly onto the field, and another run coming home. 15-0. Now Janesville Craig leading.
And that one either I couldn't tell if the center fielder lost it in the sun, couldn't see it because it looked like he had a beeline and then stopped,
right,
or if the left fielder called him off. I couldn't really see what happened out there, but it sort of did drop just right between the two.
I think the sun, like you mentioned, is playing a part in this one for the outfielders and altering their vision a little bit out there in the field. There's a strike, again inside on Janesville Craig. Runner over on second. That's Micah Overly, who just delivered the RBI double. Kick. Firing, ball hit in the air into right center. Let's see if they send the runner, and they are going to, and he's going to make it easy. Micah Overly touches the home plate, and now 16-0, the lead for Janesville Craig.
And this inning started out with so much promise, getting the first two outs really quick, couple good plays, couple nice pitches, and you just can't miss against this lineup.
No.
When you miss, they rake. It is it's amazing to me. Even at the high school level, to hit this many mistakes this hard is impressive.
It certainly is, and that was Sam Streed, by the way, for Janesville Craig to hit that RBI single. Runner over on first for the Cougars. Kicking, firing, too low.
And at a certain point, if you're the pitcher, you have to. It has to be in your head that any ball that goes over the plate is going to get hit.
Right.
And so then you start nibbling, and then you start missing, and then you start walking, and it just becomes this sort of weird vicious cycle that just doesn't end.
Clespis Wick firing too high. I believe a 2-3-0 count, excuse me. New batter here is Connor Clark, by the way. Pitch on the way. Clark watches. It will be a strike. A 3-1 count. Definitely a hitter's count as well.
And as entertaining as the game is, it's not nearly as entertaining as trying to watch Anthony deal with all the papers that he has in front of them and keep them on the table and not fly away.
It's a skill.
An exceptional job that's happening right now.
Connor Clark pulls this one foul. I remember doing a high school baseball game, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was so cold, it was probably like 30 degrees. And my hand, I was trying to write as the runner takes off from first, this ball hit foul. But my hand was so cold that it was like I got rigor mortis, and I couldn't write.
Yeah.
And I was like, Fowler, I think you've got to help me out a little bit here because I can't write anything down right now. I was like crippled up. It was insane. Not happening today. Definitely warmer out here, but that wind.
It's picked up.
It's relentless.
I didn't think it could pick up, and it has indeed picked up.
Pitch on the way, and will be a strike. They ring him up for strike 3, and a good way to end for Klespeswick, Bernard Klespeswick, as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, 16-0. Janesville Craig leading Beloit Memorial here on your high school baseball game of the week. So far, as we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's been all Janesville Craig as they lead it 16-0. Gives us a chance really quick to say another shout out to one of our proud sponsors, GTS Performance and Fitness in Elkhorn. Athletes looking to take their game to the next level, and those looking to live a healthier life should give GTS a call today, 262-903-4195. You can see the great work they do on Facebook and Instagram as well. They're grammars. You gram?
Instagram?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not that. I'm too old for that stuff.
First pitch delivered to Ovist. Corbin Ovist was swung on, foul down the third base line.
See, Anthony, I'm old enough to remember when phones were used for making phone calls only.
They were?
Yeah. It was a very strange time in the world.
And that pitch, a little too high. Did you have one of the bag phones at any point in your life?
No.
That you carried in the car? No?
No. I never had the big car phone. No, unfortunately not. I wish I did, though. They were great.
The one that you could bludgeon someone to death with?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, good take.
They're going to call strike there, so a 1-2 count on Ovist. Ovist trying to get some momentum going in this one for the Purple Knights, as this pitch in the dirt thrown very hard by Mitchell Wolfel, who's still in the game for Janesville Craig. And last week we saw a great performance from Hunter Martin of Whitewater, and this week seeing another great pitching performance.
Indeed.
Wolfel has been 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3 through the first 3 innings of this game. He's trying to go 1-2-3 through the first 3 batters of the bottom half of the 4th now as well. And it's a full count, I believe, on Ovist. Fires in. Too low, and there's a walk, and that is the first inning where Wolfel will now go 1-2-3.
Indeed.
I believe that's the first base runner as well for Beloit Memorial in this game. Unless we saw a hit by pitch, and I don't believe we did. I don't have it, so... Wolfel checks back at second. Kicks, fires, nice breaking pitch. In the strike zone, 0-2 count on Kiger, the right fielder. He struck out swinging his first plate appearance. Now 2 runners on, trying to do some damage. Ball swung on, hit high into the air, down the first base line. Wow, what a diving try.
He went all out for that one. And again, sorry, folks. It's a little chilly, and our computer's a little mad at us for leaving it outside for a couple hours. I apologize. So, yeah, just bear with us. We're still working out the kinks. But he dove hard for that ball, man. He was playing like that was Game 7 of the World Series, last out of the 9th inning.
Nicely done by Tegan Christensen out there.
You got to respect that.
Oh, yeah, you do. That's all hustle, especially up 16-0.
Yeah.
Ball hit on the ground, gets past the third baseman's glove. Shortstop will recover, and we got bases loaded. Beloit Memorial with the bases loaded, and Kobe Hollenbeck, the DH, stepping into the box with a chance.
Put some runs on the board. Give you a little good feeling about the game, you know. Just, I mean, when you're down 16-0, there's not much you can do to win the game, but you do want to score a couple of runs. You want to give yourself a little, you know, a little smile, a little something to be happy about at the end of the day.
Shutouts are never fun.
No.
Shoutouts are. Shutouts aren't. Shoutouts are. And
You'll get it. You'll get it. Don't worry, it's coming.
You know, the change of a vowel really messes me up. And that ball hit way out of play, foul. Bases loaded for the Purple Knights. Wolfel fires. There's a swinging strike 3 against Kobe Hollenbeck, his second strikeout of the game. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th.
And that was some high cheese, as they say. High cheddar.
High cheddar. And Hollenbeck was chasing. William Flanagan now in the batter's box. Ball swung on, fouled off into the catcher's mask. 0-1 count. Well, it won't be very impressive if Wolfel for Janesville Craig can work out of this inning despite having easily the worst half inning that he's pitched here so far today.
Yep.
And believe me, it hasn't been a bad half inning. No runs across the board, but considering what he's done earlier in this game.
A seeing eye ball through the left side, a walk.
Misplay over by the third baseman on a scorched rocket down third base. Bases loaded. Throwing high. And a ball. Flanagan grounded out 4-3 his first plate appearance. Wolfel gets the sign. He's ready. Firing in. Ball hit on the ground. Past the pitcher. And past the glove of the shortstop. So 1 run will come home. They're going to wave on his second. Throw comes to the plate, and it's not in time. Runner's going to advance. Over to third and to second. So nicely done on a big hit from Liam Flanagan, giving these fans of Beloit Memorial something to cheer about.
And you could see it. You could see it. The shortstop was thinking about the play before he made it. The ball went right under his glove. Didn't get the glove down. And instead of the final out, you got runners on second and third.
And 2 that came home.
Indeed.
And 16-2. Now the lead for Janesville Craig. Still a commanding lead. But if you're Beloit Memorial, you're happy you didn't get shut out. And I said it right, so that's good.
You did, yes. You're getting so much better.
Bernard Klespis-Wick popped out to shortstop his first plate appearance last inning. He'll get another try at it, and there's a strike. Wolfel. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. Fires. There's a strike. Now 2 strikes on Clespis Wick. 1-2 count. Wolfel fires in, and laying off of that is Clespis Wick, and a good thing he did because it was too high for ball 2. Two count. Wolfel fires, and there's swinging strike 3. Wolfel still keeping up what's been a very good game for him. After allowing 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, Janesville Craig still leading 16-2. We'll head to the top of the 5th and go back to the Cougar side of things with the Bats after we come back here on your high school baseball game of the week, as we are ready for the top of the 5th inning. Bernard Clespis Wick still out on the mound. And Matt, as we get set for more games here in the future, we got 10 games on hand.
Indeed.
And next week should be fun too. Battle of the Janesvilles.
We'll be back covering the Janesville Craig Cougars taking on the Janesville Parker Vikings. A tentative first pitch of 7 p.m., but if they find that the weather's going to get a little cold for that, they might move up the time. So we'll keep you abreast of that situation as we know, you will know as well. So please stay tuned for that. Should be a fun game though.
And that pitch also low, 2-0 count. Janesville Craig leading 16-2, top of the 5th. Pitch high, 3-0 count. Clespis Wick trying to get back in the strike zone after 3 straight balls, and there's ball 4. Gives us a chance to give a shout out to Wausau Homes Elkhorn, one of our proud sponsors. Wausau Homes Elkhorn, they're redefining the building experience by building your way with a firm price and on time. Tegan Christensen at the plate for the Cougars with a runner on first. Ball high for ball one. 1-0 count on Christensen. Christensen has had a good game offensively, had a good game defensively. There's a ball in the dirt. 2-0 count. Coach Herbst of Janesville Craig got to be pleased with everything he's seen.
No, it's been an all-around great game for them. Just roping doubles left and right. It's been crazy good.
Nice looking pitch again inside. That's where Klesvik likes to hit the plate. We have a 2-1 count. Ball is high. 3-1 count. Klesvik definitely getting some work in this game. And ball in the dirt for the second straight walk. It's 2 runners on base now for the Cougars as Coach Gamble walking back out on the mound. Gives us a chance again to say thank you to one of our proud sponsors, real estate agent Linda Plattner. She's Welcome back to your high school baseball game of the week on 104.5 WSLD.com. Anthony Wilder, Matt Stevens out here at the Youth Sports Complex in Beloit for this rivalry game. The Janesville Craig Cougars taking on the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights. New pitcher in the game is Liam Flanagan for the Purple Knights, and out there delivering strikes right away. Batter Eric Hughes for Janesville Craig. I believe this is his 5th plate appearance of the ball game. Ball swung on and fouled out of play. Gonna hit the roof right behind me. For the strike. 1-2 count. The third pitcher of this ball game for Beloit Memorial. We've seen Matthew Locke, we've seen Bernard Klesvik, and now seeing Liam Flanagan. 2-2 count. Runners on first and second for Janesville Craig. Ball hit in the air and popped up, but still going back over the head of the left fielder. They'll toss it back into the infield, but 1 run is going to come home as they throw to third, not in time. Gavin Keelan walks across home plate as the 17th run of the game for the Cougars. Now runners on second and third for Janesville Craig. Clark Schmaling at the plate. Flanagan firing too high. 1-0 count. Ball swung on, popped up. Infield giving chase, and Corbin Ovist underneath it for second out.
Here we go, Danny!
Dan Blomgren, the new batter for the Cougars, with runners on second and third and a couple outs. Flanagan catches the lower portion of the strike zone, about knee high. 0-1 count. From the stretch, Flannery fires. Ball again popped up. Left fielder giving chase. It's going to be the center fielder that ends up making the grab for Beloit Memorial. Out there, Dylan Woodruff. Recording the third out of the top of the fifth inning. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth, 17-2. Janesville Craig leading Beloit Memorial here on your high school baseball game of the week.
Also, you're up 15 runs. So if you have a kind of a down outing, it's all good. Just throw strikes and you'll be good. That's the thing you don't want to see if you're Coach Herbst right now, is your relief pitcher's not throwing strikes.
Right.
You don't want to see walks. You don't want to see none of that. Just throw strikes and let them hit it.
He would not be a happy camper if he saw balls going instead of strikes right now. And we do have a new batter as a swinging strike 2 there. This is Josh Cottle in the game. Cottle on an 0-2 count, and Christensen firing in, and there's a swinging strike 3. Like the aggressiveness, but Christensen kind of making him chase there.
Yeah, he did. That ball was definitely high, but it looked like it started to rise. Now, I know that's sort of more of an optical illusion than something that can actually happen, but the ball did look like it's rising. That might be because that's because the pitcher's a little bit shorter than the former pitcher we had.
Right.
So his ball looks like it's rising when it's really just on the straight plane.
Right. That's a good point. As new batter in the game here for Beloit Memorial, Victor Estrella, the junior. Got an 0-1 count on him. Christensen working fast, kicking, firing. Ball swung on and cued right over to first base. That's Overly over there. Micah Overly. I mean, he didn't even have to move maybe a step. He was right in his glove.
Right there. And that's just good setting up your defense, right? That's just get them ready to go. Put them in the right spots. They don't have to move.
2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. And Corbin Ovest, who led off for Beloit Memorial to start things, will get his third plate appearance of the ball game, and he watches strike 1 go by.
Has he thrown a ball yet?
I don't know. I think maybe
so.
one.
Maybe if any, it's been 1. He has come out attacking, and that's what you want out of your relief pitchers.
That's how you got to do it. And they caught that, right? How they call a strike?
No, he called that he called that a ball. I think the umpire is talking about it.
Little dribbler. Christensen going to go after it. Tosses on the ground. Ooh, they're going to say he was out at first.
Looked like his foot came off the bag, but I'm not one to argue with the refs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one to argue with the umps.
They call the third out of the inning there. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Janesville Craig in cruise control right now. They lead it over Beloit Memorial 17-2. You're on your high school baseball game of the week, and it looks like they are going to just go ahead and call it here. 17-2.
All right.
Janesville Craig with the big win. You want to go ahead and take a break, or you want to keep it here?
No, let's just do, we'll do our pregame, and then we can, be done. We'll let the folks go early as well.